Welcome back, folks, to segment number 2 here as we're going to talk about these first 4 pro games. And we got 2 teams going in way the opposite directions here.
Well, both these teams are going in the wrong direction, in my opinion. The Packers didn't show up last night.
Yeah,
they got
but they're 8-3, Terry.
No, they're 8-3, but they've had a couple games that are head scratchers. I mean, the Giants don't have enough to, So, anyways, we got the Packers going to the New York Giants. Packers 8-3 on the season. Giants 2-9. Their season was over a long time ago. They are at home. They're getting 6.5 points. Dave is already in on the Packers. I just don't know. I mean, after last night's game, surely they got to come back and play better after that.
Well, let me see if I can't help sway your decision. I already have my decision made. Okay. The Packers, folks, are 1-4-1 against their spread in their last 6 meetings against the Giants. Not good. And the Giants, the home team, is 3-0-1 against the spread. So all the conventional numbers say take the Giants. No way. You take the best quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, folks. I'm all over the Packers.
If they can pressure him like San Francisco did last night.
Oh, they can't.
Who knows? Who knows? I have a hard time going against them as well. Even though 6.5 on the road's a lot after the performance. No, they cost me money last night. I'm going with the Giants.
Wait a minute. I think, folks, that Terry, Dave, and I both won our games that we were all 3 on last week.
We did. Yes.
So outstanding by us. But you decided not to go with us.
I'm still hurt from last night. I cannot go on those guys. We're going to talk about another game today, too, that hurt me yesterday. The Raiders didn't show up for a football contest.
No.
But next game, we got the 49ers going to the Ravens. This is going to be a good game. The Ravens play tonight, so we don't know. They're 8-2 now. Do they beat the Rams tonight to go to 9-2? 49ers 10-1 with a good win last night over the Ravens. The Ravens are a 4.5-point favorite at home. Dave's already in on the Ravens.
Oh, he is. Well, Dave, that's probably a good pick because the home team is 5-1 against the spread in this series. The 49ers are only 3-7 against the spread following against the spread win, which that happened yesterday for the 49ers. But the 49ers are looking for a home field advantage throughout, so they got to keep winning. And the Ravens quarterback, Lamar Jackson, has not had any defense like the 49ers defense. I'm going to take the Niners on the road, getting 4.5. I think they're going to win the game outright.
It seems like a value to get 4.5 on the road. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take the Ravens. I don't see anybody slowing down Lamar Jackson. He's played against some good defenses, and he has just looked outstanding all the way along. I think you'll see that again tonight. This spread could change between now and Sunday, depending on tonight's outcome.
True.
So Gary's on the Niners. Dave and I are on the Ravens at home. Don't really like the 4.5, but I think they win this game, and I'm on the other side of that. I need the 49ers to lose a game or two to go down the stretch so that opens it up for the Seahawks.
Well, you got the Seahawks, you got the Packers, you got the 49ers, all those 3 teams, and the Vikings.
Vikings are 8-3.
4 teams fighting for that number 1 seed. So everybody's in must-win situations.
Okay, next game you got 2 teams, both 6-5. Titans are playing at the Colts. Colts are a 3.5-point favorite at home. Don't have a strong feel on this game. Dave is in on the Titans early. That 3.5 number seems to be bad for me. If I take the favorite 3.5, I lose.
I have to tell you, folks, I've lost all season long on the hook on 3.5. For some dang on reason, I've lost. But here's the thing. The favorite is 5-1 against the spread in this series, which that's the Colts. And the Titans, well, they're 1-7 against the spread in the last 8 meetings against the Colts. But that being said, Tannehill has this team moving in the right direction. I love the Titans in this game. So I'm going to take Tennessee, baby.
And Dave was already in on Tennessee. And I'm really on the fence here, but I'm going to go ahead and take the home favorite here. I'm taking the Colts to win at home.
Terry must not want to win our contest.
Well, no, I need to make up some ground on you guys. So I got to pick my battles here, and that's a possibility. Next game is kind of like the first game in this segment. We got the Raiders going to the Chiefs, and boy, the Raiders just stunk it up yesterday.
They were horrendous.
They're going to the Chiefs, who are 9.5-point favorite. Chiefs are 7-4 on the season. Raiders are 6-5. 9.5's a big spread, and it wouldn't be that way if it wasn't for the letdown that they had yesterday.
Oh, they got slaughtered.
So, which Raider team's going to show up, which Chief team's going to show up, I just don't know. I think this is a toss-up here. just like I couldn't bring myself to put my name next to the Packers. I have a hard time putting it on the Raiders, but at 9.5.
Well, let me see.
Dave's already in on the Raiders.
Okay, the home team, which is the Chiefs in this situation, they're 5-1 against the spread. The Raiders, well, unfortunately, they're 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games in Kansas City. Not a good sign, but the Raiders are just 1 game behind the Chiefs for first place in that division. Therefore, I think that they're going to play hard. I like the Raiders. I'm going to take the Raiders plus the 9.5. I wouldn't be surprised if they win the game outright.
Okay, so we're all on the same side here. I'm going to take the Raiders as well, just because of the 9.5.
Yeah, well, and I think that's a good move.
Because the Chiefs really, they came out, I think they won 4 in a row, 5 in a row, and they've struggled since then. So their team, I'm not sure which way they're going. And you're right, the Chiefs are 7-4 atop of that division. Raiders win this one, they're on top
tied.
of the division.
Exactly.
So with a win, they go to the top.
All right, folks, that's going to end it for segment number 2. When we come back, Terry and I, plus Dave, has already given Terry his best pick of the week. We will give you those best picks. Welcome back, folks, to segment number 3 here. And I told you that the Cardinals stink.
So
does my Bengals.
They've had a lot of, the Bengals really suck. But the Cardinals have had a bunch of tough games where they could have won the game and they lose it late. They had the 49ers beat last week on Thursday, and they lost it late. They played a tough game against the Seahawks. They've been in most of the games that they've lost. Even though they're 3-7-1, they came out with a tie in that first game against the Lions. They're better than that record indicates. Rams are a 4.5-point favorite going to Arizona. Dave's already in on the Cardinals.
Oh, he is?
I'd love to see the outcome of tonight's game before I had to make this choice, but since we're doing this on Monday, we got to make the choice today. I think the Rams are going to have a tough time tonight with the Ravens, but regardless of that, I'm taking the Rams next week.
Okay, and let me help you with that decision because I too like that. The Rams are 4-0 against the spread in Arizona. The road team is 7-2 against the spread in the last 9 meetings. I don't have any stats for the Cardinals. Why? Because they're PU. So I'm taking the Rams.
Okay. These stats, I don't know, we should keep track of. I know last week your stats had the Dolphins being a 10.5-point favorite.
We were right there, too.
I
was watching that. We were down 7 at one point. I think, gosh, and then they give up a field goal and a touchdown.
Anyways, the strongest stats in the world told us to take the Dolphins last week. It didn't work out, so they still play the game. Okay, so we are on the Chargers-Broncos game. Chargers 4-7, Broncos 3-8. Both teams pretty much out of, they're out. They're done for the season. They're playing just for pride. Chargers are a 1.5-point favorite at the Broncos. Dave's already in on the Broncos.
Brandon Allen did not look good for the Broncos yesterday. I'm sorry, did not look good. The underdog in this series is 3-1-1 against the spread. That would be the Broncos, but it's only 1.5. And the Chargers are 9-2-5 against the spread in Denver. I'm going to take the better quarterback. It's Phillip Rivers, even though he's a whiner.
When he plays good, he plays good. But when he doesn't,
he stinks it up.
He's either a MVP type quarterback or he looks like he just came off the bench for the first time.
Right, I agree with you.
I'm going to take the Chargers as well. I just don't think the Broncos have that much. But who knows? These NFL games have really been tough to pick for me this year, as by my score being less than 500 in the contest so far.
Oh, but by the way, who's leading in the play contest?
You're leading, so you don't need to gloat. Okay.
No reason to gloat. Of course there is.
Last game, we've got the Browns going to the Steelers. Browns had a good win. Well, they beat the Dolphins yesterday, but
they played good.
Big offense. Steelers 6-5, hosting the Browns, who are 5-6. Oddly enough, the Browns went from being the underdog to the favorite, so they're actually favored by 1 point.
Because the Steelers benched Mason Rudolph for the other kid. The other kid came in and threw a touchdown pass. The Steelers beat my Bengals. It was just heartbreaking. The Browns are 4-1-1 against the spread in the last 6 meetings, but the home team is 4-1-1 against the spread. I just think the Browns are too hot right now.
They're playing good right now, and that was Dave's thing. He actually made them his best bet for the week.
He did? I don't know about that, but I do like the Browns to win.
They beat the Steelers in this game. If they can win this game, they go to 6-6. Steelers go to 6-6. They're both still 2 games, maybe even 3 games behind the Ravens. either one of them, they're playing to stay alive in the wild card race. They're not going to win that division. I
So
think the
Dave
Ravens-
went with the Browns, huh?
He did, and you're going with the Browns.
No, well, I'm going with the Browns, but Dave went with the Browns as his best bet,
That's
too?
the best bet of the week, too. So I had the strong support there. I'm actually going to take that one as well. So now we're all three on the Raiders and the Browns, two
Okay.
road teams.
All right, well, we'll see
I'm
what
ready
happens.
for your best bet,
This is going to be no surprise.
Ohio State.
Ohio State, baby. I hate Michigan with a passion. We're going to just clobber them this week. We're going to make Jim Harbaugh have to answer to the press why he can't beat the Buckeyes for the 6th year in a row.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to college as well. I actually like the Ravens to beat the 49ers. The Ravens they lost a couple games early in the season. They
Right.
just look like they're on a tear. Beating the New England Patriots. They look like the other team to beat in the AFC. But I like Alabama. So in the college ranks, how often do you see Alabama only laying 4.5 points?
Not often, that's
So-
for sure.
There it is.
All right, folks. Hey, we've been having some spectacular Monday nights down here. Continue to come down, folks. We got great giveaways. We're having a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody that's coming down. I can't thank you guys enough for
And
supporting
next
us.
Monday, we've got a good game. We got the Vikings at the Seahawks.
Oh, yeah. So there you go. We have some Vikings fans in town here, I know, and we have a ton of Seahawks fans in town.
Seattle's schedule going down the stretch is tough, and that's an example of the game. So
Yep.
Vikings 8-3, Seahawks are now 9-2. Seahawks are getting the 3-point nod for being at home, but that should be that's not going to be an easy game for the Seahawks.
And one other thing, folks, for Terry, Dave, myself, we want to wish everybody in Winnemucca a happy Thanksgiving. And reminder, we have your Thanksgiving feast right here at the Winnemucca Inn. So if you don't feel like cooking and cleaning up dishes, come on down here. Chef Anton has it all laid out for you. You don't have to worry about a thing.
Boy, as I'm circling this, I got way too many away teams.
Oh, now you just realize that.
That's a decent balance. I got 3 on the top right.
Actually,
Anyways,
I have a lot of away teams now that you say that. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8 away teams. That can't be good. All right, folks, for our buddy Dave who's not here, for Terry, I'm Gary. Goodbye, everybody.